Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, we offer thanks to the presence of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala who has given us blessing and health. And the honorable person, our lecturer, Mr. Dr. Kaharuddin S.IP M.Hum, as a lecturer on phonetics and phonology course, and all of you guys. Well, today I'm Salsa Sabila. I'm a first-year student of English Education Department, Faculty of Tarbiyah and Teaching Science at Alauddin State Islamic University of Makassar. Today we will discuss about the articulation of English vowel sounds. So let's get started. William Sonji 2015 categories English vowel sounds into two categories. A is simple vowel, which is also known as pure vowel or monophthongs, and complex vowels, which is also known as diphthongs. Simple vowel is made when a speaker produces single vowel configuration without moving the tongue, the lips, and the mouth. For example, as in sound book, in the word book, there is one vowel sounds, that's U. On the other hand, a complex vowel is formed by the combination of two vowels in a single syllable, in which the sound begins as one vowel to another vowel sounds in the same syllable. When producing such a vowel sounds, a speaker mood shapes usually change. This is because the speaker has to make two types of mouth movements. For example, as in sound day, in the word day, there are there are two vowel sounds. That's E and I. A. Front vowels of American English and British English are articulated by using the front part of the tongue raised in the direction of the hard palate and are made with unrounded lips. There are three types of front vowels: raised high front unrounded vowel, mid-high unrounded vowel, and mid-low unrounded vowel. High front unrounded vowel. This vowel is pronounced with the tongue at the highest position or closed vowel, position at the front of the mouth and with unrounded lips. For example, read, beep, and lit. Mid-high front unrounded vowel. This vowel is pronounced with the tongue slightly lower or mid-high position. Position fairly close to the front and with unrounded vowels. For example, give, ring, and hit. And last is mid-low front unrounded vowel. This vowel is articulated at the tongue in a mid-low position using the front part of the tongue and with unrounded lips. For example, have, met, and belt. Central vowels in American English. According to William Sonji 2015, there are two types of central vowels commonly used by the native speakers of American English, but also used by the native speakers of British English. The vowels are mid-central unrounded natural vowels and low-central unrounded vowels. Mid-central unrounded natural vowels is made in three ways. That is, it's uttered by elevating the tongue in the middle position. The central part of the tongue is used to articulate these sounds, and the lip shapes when making these vowels is unrounded natural. For example, about, taken, and brutal. Low central unrounded vowels. These vowels is articulated in three conditions. That is, placing the tongue in the low position, and the central part of the tongue is used to articulate these sounds, and unrounded lip shapes is also used. For example, cat, sun, and gun. Central vowels in British English. British English also use the two types of central vowels in, as I mentioned, in American English. That's mid central unrounded vowels and low central unrounded vowels. However, British English has another types of these vowel sounds, namely mid-central and mid-central rounded vowels. These vowels is articulated in three ways, that is, by elevating the tongue in the middle position. The central part of the tongue is used to articulate its sounds and also used rounded lip shapes, for example, burn and hurt. Back vowels categories has more sounds in comparison to the front and central vowels. The sounds of back vowels are made with the back part of the tongue, which is raised in the direction of the soft palate or phlegm. William Sonji 2015 introduced 5 types of back vowels that exist in both American English and British English. There is high back rounded vowels, mid-high back rounded vowels, mid-back rounded vowels, low back unrounded vowels, and low back rounded vowels. High back rounded vowels is articulated in three conditions. That is, it's produced by elevating the tongue in a high position. The back part of the tongue raised in the direction of the soft palate or phlegm, and the lip shapes is all rounded when producing these sounds. For example, foot, root, and mood. Mid-high back rounded vowels is articulated in three ways. That is, it's produced by placing the tongue in a somewhat lower position called mid-high. To produce these sounds, the very back part of the tongue or slightly close to central vowels is used, and the shapes of the lips is rounded. For example, book, good, and look. Mid-back rounded vowels are articulated in three ways. That is, the tongue is elevated in the middle position when producing these sounds. The back part of the tongue is directed to the soft palate or phlegm, and the shapes of the lips is rounded. For example, mole. Low back unrounded vowels is articulated in three conditions. That is, it's articulated by placing the tongue in low position. That's why it's a fully open vowel. It's also meant by using the back part of the tongue, which is directed to close the phlegm. And the sounds is articulated by unrounding the lips. For example, palm, calm, and ska. Low back rounded vowels is articulated in three ways. That is, it's articulated by placing the tongue in low position. That's why it's a fully open vowel. It's also made by using the back part of the tongue, which is directed to close the phlegm. And the sounds is articulated by rounding the lips. Complex vowel sounds or diphthong is the combination between the first simple vowels and the second simple vowels. For example, the first simple vowels is sound A and the second simple vowels is sound E. The final form of their combination is I, as it found in the word high. The formation of E diphthongs in American English and British English. According to William Sonji 2015, there are three first simple vowels frequently combined with second simple vowel E to form diphthongs. There is mid-high front unrounded vowel A as the representation of A, low front unrounded vowel A as the representation of simple vowel I, and mid-back rounded vowel O. Consequently, there are three diphthongs can be articulated from the combination, namely the combination of simple vowel A, which is also transcribed as A, and simple vowel E has resulted in the formation of diphthongs A. For example, make, late, and raise. The combination of simple vowel I which is also transcribed as A, and simple vowel E has resulted in the formation of diphthongs I. For example, eyes, smile, and fight. The combination of simple vowel O and simple vowel E has resulted in the formation of diphthongs OI. For example, oil, voice, and noise. The formation of U diphthongs in American English and British English. Regarding the formation of U diphthongs, there are two simple vowels that are commonly combined with simple vowel U, namely simple vowel A or low front unrounded vowel as the representation of simple vowel I, and simple vowel O or mid back rounded vowel, which is represented by simple vowel O. The combination has formed two diphthongs in both American English and British English. First, the combination between the first simple vowel sounds A and the second simple vowel sounds U has resulted in the formation of diphthongs AU. For example, house, about, and mouse. Second is the combination between the first simple vowel sounds O and the second simple vowel sounds U has resulted in the formation of diphthongs O. For example, note, old, and open. Yes, I agree with the argument that there are at least three best ways to learn of English vowels pronunciation. First, knowledge of phonetics. Understanding how vowel sounds are articulated provides a foundation for accurate pronunciation. The second is listening to recorded phonetics cards. Hearing how experts say vowel sounds can teach you the right way. And the last is practice by imitating. By imitating these recordings, you can practice and get better at saying vowel sounds correctly. These methods can help you understand, hear, and practice English vowel sounds effectively. Okay, that's all from me. I hope you guys can enjoy this video until the end. So, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.